According to philosophy, knowledge is a concept that has been extensively studied and debated by philosophers over the centuries. It is generally understood as justified true belief, which means that knowledge is a belief that is both true and justified by evidence or reasoning. This definition of knowledge raises several important questions in philosophy, such as, what does it mean for a belief to be justified? How can we know that our beliefs are true? And what is the relationship between knowledge and reality? Some philosophers have argued that knowledge is more than just justified true belief and that it also requires certain conditions, such as the absence of deception or error, and the ability to rule out alternative explanations. Others have challenged the idea that knowledge is even possible, arguing that our beliefs are always subject to doubt and uncertainty. At its core, knowledge is the understanding and awareness of something that is true and real. It is often defined as a justified, true belief, meaning that in order for something to be considered knowledge, it must be not only true, but also supported by evidence and reasoning. Philosophers have also discussed the nature of knowledge, asking questions such as how we acquire knowledge and how we can be sure that our knowledge is valid. Some philosophers have argued that knowledge is innate, while others believe that it is acquired through experience and perception. Additionally, some philosophical theories suggest that knowledge is subjective and dependent on the individual's perception, while others argue that knowledge is objective and independent of perception. In philosophy, knowledge can be classified into various types based on the nature of the knowledge and the means through which it is acquired. Here are some of the commonly recognized types of knowledge in philosophy. Priori knowledge. This type of knowledge is independent of experience and is known through reason alone. It is based on logical deduction, and examples include mathematical truths and logical propositions. Posteriori knowledge. This type of knowledge is based on experience and empirical observation. It is gained through sensory perception and includes knowledge of the natural world, such as scientific knowledge. Propositional knowledge. This type of knowledge is expressed in propositions or statements that can be true or false. It includes factual knowledge and knowledge that can be articulated in language. Non-propositional knowledge. This type of knowledge cannot be expressed in propositions or statements, but is still a form of knowledge. It includes practical knowledge, such as how to ride a bike, and tacit knowledge, which is difficult to articulate but is nonetheless understood by individuals. Acquaintance knowledge. This type of knowledge is based on personal experience or direct interaction with a person, object, or idea. It is knowledge gained through direct contact, rather than through mediation by language or representation. Procedural knowledge. This type of knowledge is concerned with how to do something or how to perform a particular task. It is often gained through practice or repetition and includes skills such as playing a musical instrument or driving a car. Dispositional knowledge. This type of knowledge is not knowledge of a particular fact or proposition, but rather knowledge of how to act in a particular situation. It is knowledge of how to use other forms of knowledge in practice, and is often described as practical wisdom or phronesis. Overall, the concept of knowledge in philosophy is complex and multifaceted, and continues to be a subject of ongoing inquiry and debate. Here is just a few examples of the types of knowledge recognized in philosophy, and the classification of knowledge can vary depending on the philosophical framework used.